Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of our Haven Caveblock Reborn Modpack playthrough. Hope you're all having a swell and well day so far. As for me, well, it's certainly turning. Yeah, I don't know. Give me 5 minutes, I'll come back with something better. Anyways, let's dive into another episode. So, yeah, I did a little bit in between the episodes. I'm trying not to do too much, but a couple of things that I figured were fairly easy or things that would really help us get the ball rolling might be kind of nice, especially since they're things that are similar to most Skyblock experiences. And that's because you're using the X Diorum, I don't know how to say it. All right, you're using part of the X mods to progress. So we do have botany pots. They are in the mod pack, and I haven't used these in quite some time, so I'm not gonna lie, I am loving them. Just automation this easily, but it is still automation. You know, it feels good to look over and see something just kind of grow in there. So yeah, botany pots are in the mod pack. If you're curious, you're like, oh, Chance, I don't know what the hell a botany pot is. Well, as I said in the first episode, and as it will remain true throughout your entire mod pack playing experience, JEI is your best friend, or at least it will be. So here's a normal botany pot. It simply takes terracotta and a flower pot. Now, the difference between the botany pot and the hopper botany pot is kind of obvious, but the botany pot will grow whatever it's growing, and then it'll sit there, and you kind of got to come take it out of its inventory, right? The hopper botany pot is going to go ahead and empty its inventory to whatever is below it. So here we have an oak drawer that's 2x2, so it has 4 different slots, and we're able to get all of the drops. This is a 1x1 oak drawer, and that's because we're only outputting moss. So the reason for my progression is, well, food was kind of becoming a hindrance, so I made this room as a farm. It works really well. You can ultimine crops if you hold down your ultimine key and you right click. You'll see you can ultimine crops, and if you're sprinting, well, you see that all of the crops grow up extremely fast, and then you just ultimine them again, and so on and so forth. So it's really good way of getting a lot of food really quickly, just to have some sort more than just one crop down. And so that's what we got here. We got a little bit extra room in case we need to expand and start getting into more alchemy and other seeds, that kind of stuff. And the moss, I just wanted the room to be green. So yeah, this is what we got. Moss is not very difficult to get either. If I go ahead and take it out of here, we can see you can get it using grass seeds. Just put 4 of them in a row. Then of course, once you have one piece of moss, you can grow more on several different blocks here, but it does work on just plain cobblestone. So, but grass seeds, you can actually get that just by sifting dirt in an andesite mesh. You have a 10% chance, so yeah, you'll probably have to sift a decent little bit of it, but it'll be worth it. It's kind of what this whole chunk back here was. It was all dirt, and now it's just seeds. So we'll get around to planting these seeds, I'm sure, at some point, especially things like industrial hemp seeds, because we'll probably end up needing them. But for the time being, we're just going to focus on what we're focusing on. So the moss, you don't need it progressionally, and that's why I was like, I'm going to go ahead and do this, because, I mean, at least right now, we don't need it. I'm just doing it for looks. So, yeah. The chipped workbenches, if you've never seen these before, it's very much like chisel, which we might end up making the chisel little mod tool as well, but chipped is really good. It allows you to see a lot of different patterns that your different blocks can become. So yeah, it's a really nice mod. I enjoy it, and again, it's one of those, it's like, well, I don't really care, you know. It's just aesthetics. If you want to follow me for aesthetics, that's what I'm using. How to make it? Well, just Google it, or search it in JEI at chipped. If you're wondering why you always see this at symbol, that's how you actually search for a mod specifically. So at chipped will bring up the chipped mod, everything that's in the chipped mod. And then, yeah, you just have different tables that allow you to work on different materials to, just transmog them, essentially. But another good example of this at is if I do at, create. There's everything in create. So it's a useful little shorthand that can really save you time when you're scrolling through there. So yeah, eventually this will all be sort of moss on the walls and yada, yada, yada. Anyways, the other thing, and probably the more interesting thing, the thing that really should have came first, but we have an automatic setup for processing into ores. Now, the way this works is all off the back of what we learned from the last episode. So we got the crushers. We got the crushers to crush down into gravel and sand and dust. And of course, if you don't know, a millstone, it's pretty sure. Here it is. A millstone, even though it doesn't say it in here, hold down ponder. If you turn it, it can process items. So it's like the base, very base form of a grinder or a crusher or whatever you want to call it. Throw it into the top. It'll break it down. You can right click it to obtain, or you can also just hopper out of it. So this mod pack has wooden hoppers. They are very, very cheap to make. Can't recommend them enough. It's just a chest and some planks. So really, really cheap. But yeah, so that's basically how we've gotten all of this, because of course we have the sifter, which we got from last episode, right? Where we just put some gravel into it and it gives us some resources back. I moved our setup because it was over here, but decided this area is probably a bit better since I could actually put it into the wall and give it its own little dedicated space. So essentially what we have going on here is and I could put a hopper on this side as well if I wanted to. Come up top, you can either hopper or you can just toss in, say that and it doesn't work. Or you can just toss in some cobblestone and then it's going to go to work. Basically, it's going to millstone it up, turn it into some gravel, which is going to go into this hopper. And then, of course, the hopper is going to feed it into the sifter. The sifter is going to break it down, feed it into another hopper, which goes into this chest. We're powering the bottom sifter using this cogwheel, and we're powering the top millstones using this cogwheel. If you're looking at it and you're saying, Chance, well, where the heck is your rotational force coming from? Because you have nothing attached to those cogwheels. I'm going to say, yeah, no, I'm a genius. No, so let's come in here and we'll see the behind the magic sort of scene. So we have another large water wheel over here. Why I didn't just take down that one and move it over here, I couldn't really tell you. But anyways, one thing about create, this is a nice little tidbit in case you're one of those players like me and you just kind of play a mod for a while and you just kind of do what you have to and then you get out of it. But then one day someone tells you something about it and you're like, wow, it kind of changes my perspective on it and maybe it's a little bit better now. Anyways, with create, if you ever need to speed up your system, you go from a large cog down to a small cog. So it might be a little hard to see, but this cog is moving faster than this cog. An easier example is here where I've done the process twice. So if you go from large to small with your rotational input being inserted on the large, it will actually speed up the amount of rotations. So you see this small cogwheel is going much faster than this large cogwheel, even though they're coming in at the same technical starter speed, right? This thing is going the same, but this one is spinning faster. So going from a large cog down to a small one will increase your speed. Likewise, the vice versa, if that is also true. So say we had the small cogwheel here and the large one here, it would slow it down really slow. So yeah, basically I've just pulled it out, sped it up, sent it forward, sped it up again, and then sent it into this large cogwheel. Large cogwheels have an interesting interaction when you put them perpendicular to one another. Might be easier to see out here. So we have that one on the floor, and then we have this, our front cogwheel, which is actually connected to this right here. You see how they're kind of touching? So, yeah. Basically, if we had another cogwheel that was sitting right there, it would do the same function. So you can kind of turn your angles using large cogwheels for pretty cheap instead of having to use like an encased drive or a gearbox or whatever the heck it actually is there. So that's really nice. And yeah, this one is powering the front large cogwheel. And of course, since this is spinning, I can send that rotation up into another large cogwheel. So pretty nifty little system, if I do say so myself. The only thing I will also note about this, though, is technically you need 3 sifters. Because you'll need one for gravel, you need one for sand, and you'll need one for dust. Maybe even one for dirt, just depending on how much stuff you want. But yeah, as you can see, iron dust is coming in, search quartz, crystal, like all the resources we can get. Although I think the search quartz crystal actually comes from dust. Yeah, because I needed some bone meal in order to get us started with, well, what will later be today's quest. So yeah, nothing very complicated here, but it is a very efficient system. We have dual prong, which means I could throw cobble in on both sides and get resources going. Or I could eventually throw a cobblestone generator further up, put another millstone up there, and then it'll basically mill the cobblestone into gravel and send it straight on in. So, all of that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into some lava production today. I figured that would be a nice little step for us. It is part of the main quest line here. We need to get the unfired porcelain crucible. So if we take a look at this, we need porcelain clay balls, which can be made using bone meal and a clay ball. And again, this is why I say that JEI is always your friend. How did I figure that out? I clicked on the quest. I clicked on the item. I'm reading the item. I'm looking at the ingredients that go in. Click. Oh, look at that. There's the recipe. Sometimes you got to dig a little bit. That's part of modded Minecraft. So if you're new to it, just, take everything with a little bit of a grain of salt. Anyways, I want to try and get this wooden cobblestone generator because once we have a cobblestone generator, obviously me having to mine it and place it and yada 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 kind of becomes a thing of the past. So, with that being said, I know we have enough clay, right? We gotta have enough clay. There's the bone mill. Another thing I want to do is accept all of my quest rewards. So I've just simply not done that. Okay, so let's turn all of this clay into clay balls. And I think, is a crucible, is it made of 7? No, I literally just looked at it. Yes, it's 7. Okay, so 7 there. I guess this doesn't really matter. There's that. And, wrong key. Here is our unfired porcelain crucible. Now, in order to fire this thing so it's actually usable, we'll have to put it in a furnace. And wait. That's another one. You gotta put it in the furnace and wait. Cool, so now we have the porcelain crucible. If we hit U on this while we're hovering it, it'll pull up a whole nother system and show you in every way it's useful. So here's the melt rate. If you're curious as far as what provides what, how you can get your lava production up, this is going to be all your secrets here. I was trying to see if we had anything decent, but maybe a campfire. Campfire does for 2 times 2. Yeah, let's try it. See, campfire, boom, bam. And I don't know really where I want to put this, so we're just going to throw it over here for right now. And I'll figure out in between episodes where we want to do it. So, in order to get your crucible to work, essentially you need to put the heating block underneath it. And that's it. You can right click in your materials. See, it is full up with cobblestone, and it will slowly start to turn into lava. Now, if you think this is slow, imagine doing it times 1 speed. That would be horrifying, right? So yeah, we just gotta let that sit, essentially. And that's going to take some time. But that's quite all right. Alrighty. So yeah, basically just waiting on lava to fill up, which is going to take some time. So let's go ahead and dive into some more mod stuff here. We have all of that gone through. We've got all of that. That's windmill. Down into this. Compressium. Oh, these are blocks of brass. Wow, there's going to be a lot of brass. So do we get zinc and copper from our previous automation? I would assume. Zinc, copper. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought we had more nuggets. Maybe I needed to throw some more cobblestone up top. Any hoosers. 5? That's not a whole lot. Not comparative to how many we needed. So yeah, let's take some cobblestone and we'll just throw it into our system. Damn, I always throw it too low. There we go. What happened to my hopper? Oh, it's over there. I was like so genuinely, thoroughly confused by that. Okay. Throw that on there. All right, so with both sides fully pumping out resources, we are good to go there. And let's take a look back into the quest pack. Oh, one other thing that I did. So y'all saw we had the emerald ore that we got from the random quest. I did take 1 emerald from him in order to buy the wheat seeds. Or I used 1 emerald to buy the wheat seeds. So yeah, or you could just use dirt and sift it through. So whichever way you prefer, dirt sifting or emerald spending, whatever works for you. One thing I do want to do while I have y'all here, and one thing that I've been wanting to do, but I've been trying really hard to, let's see here. Oh, so I did have some more copper and some more zinc. Not a whole lot more, but it does work. It does work. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, we have a little bit of that, but we're not going to focus on that for quite some time. We're just going to focus on getting ourselves a cobblestone generator. So we're really just waiting on that. Oh, that. We're just waiting on that. Let's take our iron dust. When you get this, you can combine it together into some iron. We're going to do this so we don't burn ourselves when we pick up the lava. I don't know if that's still a thing, but it certainly once was. All right, so bucket, and then we're gonna need cobblestone, gen, wood. Yeah. We're gonna need another bucket. Okay. No problem. Let's see. Trying to think out what I want my base design to be as we're going through today, and I've had a couple of different ideas, so I'm really just like, I don't know. So just wood and then some glass. I'm pretty sure we still have some sand that I saved from earlier. Right. Mouse tweaks don't work in this mod pack. All right, so we have that. We have that. Let's get some logs. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and check back in with the quest book. We've done all of that. All that's checked off. And now I believe we're kind of getting towards the point where it's like free reign, do what you want to, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, one thing I do want to do is empty this inventory out into my inventory. So let's do that really quick here. I know we can technically make the cobblestone gen, but it's okay. Quest accept. Holy moly, that's just a bunch of stuff. Plush box, blue cage, sea lantern, dried kelp, flux core. Interesting. Megatorch. Megatorch is really interesting. Centrifugal clutch. External storage. Interesting, interesting. Some scoop. I like the fact that all this stuff is like genuinely, truly just random. Just completely random. Wow. Okay. So it has like no rhyme, reason. Just kind of goes with whatever. Oh, there's all the stuff I missed. Dumplings. Cosmic. Closing. Okay. Alright, let's store the rest over here. And now obviously our storage is getting to be a bit backed up, which means we'll probably be looking into some actual storage solutions here in the near future. Sooner rather than later, I would imagine. Alright, so there is the cobblestone generator. Or, sorry, it is a cobblestone generator, but it's the wood tier of cobblestone generating. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm missing, need another bucket of lava and another bucket of water. Damn, I should have started another bucket of lava as I was making this recipe. Okay, so there's that. Do we have pipes in this mod pack? And if so, how easy are they to make? Add pipes. So this is the pipes mod. Fluid. Oh, whole lot of iron. 6, 9, 12 iron. Do I even have that? There's 3. There's 3. Alright, so basically we're going to need a lot more iron is what I'm seeing. We have 6. I said we needed 12. That's literally double, right? Let's go through some more cobblestone. Let's see, is this side? This side is processing. Cool. Maybe we don't need that much more. That's 7. Yeah, no, we're good. We are A-okay. Oh, I have to get redstone. Right. Fuck. How do you get redstone in this mod pack without having to mine? Ah, sifting. Sifting dust gets us redstone. Okay, so then shouldn't we do already have some. I just didn't even realize it. Cool. So let's get a fluid pipe. Boom. Oh, I'll need a wrench too. Pipe wrench. So it basically just need some flint. There. And some sticks. Can I use any old sticks or does it have to be like... This is an iron rod. Oh, sticks will work. Cool. So what I want to do... And then what about a tank? What's the cheapest tank we can make? I want to start pumping lava out of this thing. That's redstone and iron. You have singularity? That's glass and iron. Might be easier to do. Let's see. Alright, so we do need to smelt this down. That's 1. We need 5 all day. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna have a pipe coming off here and into fluid, which means actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the cobblestone generator since we just have the 1 for right now. I'm gonna place it right here, and I'm going to just pump all the cobblestone into one place, and then I can just come through and pick it up whenever I need to. So there's a drawer. There's that. And cool. It's working. Like a charm. Put that in. Alright, so that should be done pretty soon. To where we can upgrade our little cobblestone gen, hopefully. Or we can make a whole nother one, but I don't really see the point in that. We're going to take these while we wait on that and turn it into the sprinkled. And then just fill this bad boy up. Yeah, I like that. I think it's going to look really, really good in there. All right, so we do have a second bucket over here now. Oh no, don't tell me. This just used both of our buckets to make that. Shucks. Well, I do have 7 gold, so if there were ever a time for you to take my buckets, it's now? That one. That one. And upgrade. Okay, so these just keep getting progressively harder, just like the rest. That is good to know, though, as far as progression goes. It's the same old, same old. So that should go quicker now. Probably a little hard to tell when it's moving as slow as what it is. So yeah, there we go. We got cobblestone into lava, rocking and rolling. Let's see what else we can get done. I won't lie, I don't really want to go to the Nether quite yet, so we're gonna hold off on that. Let's go searching around some of the other quests. Ad Astra, Toys R Us, Alchemy. Which they do have the alchemy condenser and chest, but I'm not so sure we're going to be able to just walk our way up into it. Okay, so I think, oh, there's applied energistics too. I thought somebody had commented and said there was no applied energistics too, so they were like, deuces, I'm out. Anyways, so yeah, cobblestone generator, check. What else do we need? Because that's going to be our lava piece there. I guess more create stuff, more water wheels, that kind of jazz. Okay. Well then, let's come in here. Close that back. How much cobble do we have? Not a whole lot in there. I'm gonna need to upgrade it again, I do believe. But that's okay. I mean, it's really not that expensive. It really doesn't go that fast. Let's throw some more cobblestone up top in here. Shit, I always fail at this. There. No. Aim higher up. Aim higher up. There. Aha. All right. So they're both rocking and rolling. We're going to be gaining materials in here. Most of which that I care about is diamonds. And we got the lava to produce all the crucible needs. Is there anything else here that I really need? I guess we could do this, which is basically just saying, hey, there's a food book. I'm not getting into immersive right now. What all recipes do we have with the encased fan? Is it enough? Oh, that's a lot. Okay. So some stuff you could definitely get through this. So with all that being done, let's move on to actually automating this fully, because like I said before, what we're going to need is essentially another cobblestone generator, which we now have enough resources for. One of those. Alrighty, so let's make ourselves another little cobblestone generator, right? So we can automate this fully. Boom, bam. And then basically all you'll want to do for full automation on the system is take your cobblestone generator and throw it up top here. Now that should be providing... Why is this at red? Should be providing this hopper with cobble, which provides this with cobble, and so on and so forth. So that should work for just infinite resources on those first few that we get from here, you know, mini coal and emerald and whatever. So, although I think this has been a shorter episode and we've not really gotten all too much done outside of full automation over here, we broke into lava, And I've kind of just explained botany pots and basically the catch-up of it all. I think I am going to go ahead and call it here on the episode today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really enjoying the pack, which is nice because honestly, I haven't not enjoyed a pack in some time. So it's nice that it's seemingly every pack that I enjoy. Anyways, I'm enjoying the pack, so I'm not doing a short episode because I'm like, man. I'm just doing a shorter episode because I personally am tired, and so I'm like, yeah. Anyways, I do want to thank each and every one of you for having watched the series and the episodes so far. If you have enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like down below. Comment in the comment section if you have any questions, tips, tricks, bits, or anything that you might deem as useful. Of course, subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more awesome content from yours truly. Share it out with strangers, friends, family, neighbors, strangers to neighbors. You know, basically just anyone and everyone that you can find. Breathing, possibly. Preferably, honestly. If we were being real, preferably for sure. Anyways, like, comment, share. As per the usual, I do hope you all stay safe, stay awesome, and stay crafting. Until next time, you beautiful, beautiful people. Peace out.